I am giving away some magnesium. Why? I need somebody to give me feedback. I have had audio issues all week long. Every different mic that I've used, I've had audio issues. And so I've had an IT come in and they figured out the problem. I had too many cords and things going through all the things to make it work. And if you would give me some feedback, hopefully people will start jumping on here in a minute. I would love to share some magnesium with you if you live within the United States. Can you hear the audio? Is it clear? Is it too loud? Is it better here? Is it okay back here? I would just love to know on audio what your experience is, and maybe is what I'll do. Okay, just hopped on. I am giving away a free bottle of magnesium. If you live in the United States, if you would just leave a comment. Oh, you can, Kathy. Okay, Kathy, here's what they need you to do. If you will please reach out, I'm giving you magnesium. In fact, I'm going to give you the whole bundle. This has been so frustrating to me this week. Every mic that I have used, I have several different little setups and they have failed and there's been issues. And so I so appreciate that feedback. I'd love to give you the bundle. It has the cream, lotion, soak, spray, and a lip balm. Vanilla is the best selling, even though English lavender is my favorite, but we sell more vanilla. So we put that one in the bundle pack. Kathy, if you would please send an email to Kristen. Kristen, have you got a pen? You can write this down. It's Kristen. Oh, Kathy, I'm so glad. So send it to me. I've got lots of team out this week with all sorts of different reasons. So send it to me, Kristen, Kristen at livingthegoodlifenaturally.com. Longest email in the world. When I started this business, I never dreamed I'd be online. And if you would send that to me, I will make sure that Emily, our team lead over shipping, gets that out to you. If anyone else is on right now and you'd be willing to give me some feedback, like, is it better? This is a new mic. Is it better if I'm really close? Does it sound okay if I'm back here? Like, I really don't want the mic in the in the shot. And so I'm hoping I can get a longer arm and kind of have it be far away. But when I'm far away, are you still hearing that? I would love to, anyone who's got some feedback on that, I would love to give you some magnesium. I really want, there's so many things I wanted to talk about this week, and I've had to just hop off because the audio's had such an issue. So I'm thinking if we kind of go, ooh, this is kind of a different setup. We kind of go right there. Can you hear me when I'm back here, when I'm right there? Because this mic, I have let drain my magnesium all week long. It's been that much of an issue. So better here. I'm just doing,
he just wanted to make sure it's working.
Oh, yeah. So I actually hopped online and I got to, she hears me everywhere. So I hopped online and just asked for feedback because everything I had set up on my side showed that it worked, but it wasn't working for them. But they're giving me feedback that it's good. So thank you, Bill. Bill came and is the one that fixed everything up for me. So I didn't really have a topic to hop on this live. And I would, if you have a question, throw it out and we'll have that be our topic. If there are no questions, I'll hop off. Kathy, I will be sending that to you. They didn't know I was live. And so they both kind of panicked when they walked in. But I'm like, everything on my end would show that all of my mics were working. But on your end, it wasn't coming through. So I thought the only way to do this is just hop on and ask for some help. And it's a very good concept. Healthy women ask for help. It's a tough one for me. No, let me rephrase that. Words are powerful. This week, I have asked for more help than I ever have. It's been uncomfortable. I have been willing to sit with being uncomfortable. And I have had, Nana Lisa, are you a grandma? Is that what they call you? I would love to send you a magnesium bundle also. I really appreciate the feedback. So if you would send an email, I have so many team members out this week, a whole bunch. So if you'll send it to me, Kristen, Kristen, at livingthegoodlifenaturally.com, I would love to send you that bundle if you live within the United States. We don't ship internationally. But anyway, let's go back to asking for help. So many times women give. Raise your hand if you relate to that. And what it does is it depletes your magnesium levels. And if we're not receiving, how do you receive more help? How do you receive more financial security? How do you receive more love? If you've shut down, because if you play a pattern anywhere, you play that pattern everywhere. And this week I have reached out to team and said, okay, I kind of feel like I'm drowning and I need help. And guess what? All of them have oh, Kristen, we would love to help you. Thank you for asking us. They were so kind about it. I just grew up in a home. You didn't ask for help. You just worked a little bit harder. And that raises my stress levels when I've got too much. I mean, not that I'm not organized. There was just too much that I could even begin to think I could do. And oh, I love that, Lisa. I'm a grandma. In fact, I just had a little phone call with my granddaughter, and she said, Grandma, I'm really missing a Papa hug. Can you come up and bring Papa? So we're making a trip to go give her a Papa hug. Anyway, but asking for help is part of creating help. And sometimes, and don't get me wrong, sunshine, magnesium, walking, the food, it all plays a role. I think these things that we're talking about right now, you and I don't think they get talked about enough. Being able to receive is as important as being able to give. And the receiving end, do you want to receive more help? Do you want to receive more connection, receive more love, receive more financial security, receive more support? Because if you're feeling so burdened in your shoulders, if your shoulders are always tight, it means you're not feeling supported. You're in, male energy is carried in our shoulders. Female energy is carried in our hips. And we have both. Don't get me wrong, we have both. It takes, to start my company, it was male energy. It was very male energy that I needed to tap into to get it started. And I really watch to make sure, because at new levels of growth, I need to kick in and push some more male energy. And then I can step back into that female energy that's more creative. And for me, I'm not saying for others, I'm saying for me. And we need to be able to receive things as much as we give things. And doing that decreases your cortisol. And, you and I have talked a lot about soaking in magnesium and your magnesium burn rate, my magnesium burn rate. We know that when cortisol is decreased, that your magnesium is held in your body better. Let's talk about another thing that, again, I don't think is talked about enough. When we live at high stress levels, which I've had this week with this darn mic, so I'm very grateful. I reached out to my IT because I've been trying to fix it myself all week long. Like, I can do this. I've been here till 9 o'clock, here at 5 o'clock in the morning. I can do it. I can do it. That's not a good work-life balance. And so I asked our IT team for help. They came over, he fixed it in 30 minutes. I had to bring some equipment, but got it fixed. And when we ask for help, it decreases our cortisol when we feel more supported. Here's what it does for your hormones, though. When your body produces cortisol because of perceived stress, right? Like I perceived it as stressful about the audio. It was how I filtered it. Some people that might not have phased them at all, but my goal was to go live every day this week, and I had my ideas I wanted to talk about, and I just kept hitting the wall. And so my perceived that I didn't meet that goal, I didn't do what I said I was going to do, was causing my stress to go up. When cortisol goes up, the building blocks that are used for your hormones are taken and used to create cortisol. When it comes time to create hormones, if that has been used for cortisol, you don't have enough there to create the hormones. That stress level, it's one of the reasons that I utilize and track my heart rate variability. Now, I do it with an app on my phone. It works very well for me. And there are numerous ways that you can do that. You can buy equipment. It was easier for me just to do the app and do it that way. But it measures my heart rate variability. And the longer I've used it, the more it knows where my body's stress levels are at and the space between your heartbeats. That's what tells you how your recovery is after you work out. That's what tells you how high your stress levels are. That heart rate variability tells you so much. And this week, my numbers have tanked. And it was my audio situation. Why didn't I ask for help on Monday? Half an hour, he brought over a couple new pieces of equipment, did all these things to the wires in front of me, knew exactly what he was doing. Oh no, instead, I've worked it, I've come earlier, I've tried this, I've YouTubed, I've Googled, I've TikToked, trying to find solutions. I was in an area that is not my strength. I needed to ask for help. And if I would have on Monday, it would have been fixed by Tuesday morning, meaning my heart rate variability and my stress levels would have been better all week long. And when my cortisol levels are low, when my body goes to create hormones, it has the building blocks. If your body is using cortisol or using the building blocks to create cortisol, that's an emergency need. And so your body does that first and will leave your hormones not having what they need because it's like a 911 emergency to do that stress response. It's so important that we have that give receive. Healthy women ask for help. Now, I would love to know, were you like me and you grew up in a home that you didn't ask for help, that you just worked a little harder? We can take those beliefs of our family, and some of them were said verbally and some of them were never said, but we knew. We can take those beliefs and bring them into how we respond now. But is that belief working for you? It's one that I have focus on one thing every quarter. It just works for me. So every quarter I set a goal, and this one was my goal this quarter was asking for help in the appropriate places. Not that I just want everybody to do everything for me. I need help. And so I started asking people for help, and I'm getting more and more comfortable with that. I have not been putting these comments up. Oh my gosh. Yes. So Vanessa. Oh, can you share that app? I need to be watching my HRV closer. Oh, okay. So Vanessa, I wasn't sure if what I was talking about anybody was connecting with. So thank you for sharing that with me. And here's the thing. My dad grew up in a generation, and his family, to create food for their family, they had to work hard. And if they didn't work hard, there would be no food. And that work ethic, and I have that work ethic, and I'm glad, but I don't need it in that extreme that my dad used it. Now, no shade against my dad. I'm not shading that. I was the one who chose to do it now. And it increases my stress levels. And when you increase your stress levels, let me grab it. I asked another person I asked today, Chelsea, is on team, and she's so good at organizing. She is so good. She just sees it. And she's just little details she's so good at. And so today she came in and spent the day while I did some other things and just got so much order in my office. I'd never really, I haven't been in this office for very long, and I never really got settled in. And so there's been some chaos. And now I went to put a couple things away and I saw the label of where it went, and I needed Chelsea's help. And I asked her for help. And I have to tell you, it was hard. It was hard for me. And she was so gracious and delightful. And she said, Kristen, I would love to help you. And she just did an amazing job. And today my cortisol is less. Now I want to take that to another layer. When you soak in magnesium soap from Living the Good Life Naturally, if you'll ask people for help when you need it, you don't have to soak as often, because my goal is you achieve cell saturation, if that's your desire, and you learn how to manage your burn rate. So there's two parts of the company. One is soaking in magnesium, getting to red blood cell saturation. You can tell by blood work. And then taking that accountability and determining what can I do to bring my need to soak in magnesium down, so that you're out there living a big life. You're out there feeling good and sharing who you are. Another member of team, Roger, gosh, he's so helpful. Like, he just has all this insight, and he's worked at other warehouses, and I've never done this before. I'm just learning as I go, managing the warehouses and the space and how much I order and when do I order it. And he's given me so much insight. A few years ago, he didn't feel very good, and he really took that accountability back, and he feels great now. He said he feels like a 30-year-old, and he's having a birthday next week, and he's not 30 anymore, not even close, but he feels like it because he took his health back. And if he wouldn't have chosen that, he wouldn't be here doing what he does. And he makes such a difference for everyone here at Team Good Life. If you're not showing up feeling good, you're not making your difference around the people that you love, because you're just in survival mode. And so soaking in magnesium and understanding your magnesium burn rate and things that you can do is what creates that optimal health. Magnesium does not heal everything. It's not that you soak in magnesium and migraines are gone. You soak in magnesium and boom, it's gone. Is what it is, though, is the first door to open towards your health, because magnesium jumpstarts everything that needs to be healed. It's like the spark plug for your body. You can have all the gas in my little car and everything looks great, but if my spark plugs aren't good, it's not going to go anywhere. You need magnesium to spark that. And when you open that door, it's not, now some things for some people will go away the first 10 soaps. They'll be like, oh my gosh, I slept better and this and this. Is what we're doing is we're giving our body the mineral, the master mineral that it needs to heal everything. It needs that spark plug put into place for those thousands of processes that magnesium has been shown to jumpstart. And the more we learn and the more advanced science gets, it's just a higher number. You know, it used to be when I started that the scientific community said 300 processes that it started. The last research that I read, it was at like 3,600. And so it's gone to 900. And then it went to, I think, 14 was the next one. The more they learn, the more they realize. So over 3,000 processes in your body need magnesium to work effectively. And it's the first gateway of health. It's anything going on in your body, you can trace it back to magnesium deficiency was the first thing that started. And remember, I'm not a doctor. I love to share what I've learned, and I love to share what's helped me. And it's always in the filter of you do what's best for you. You make those decisions that are best for you. Oh, Christina, you are so sweet. Oh, Vanessa, I squirreled on you. I've been known to do that many times. Excuse me. While I pull up my phone, I think it was called Welltory. Hold on. I've got an app section. There. I've got a help section with my apps. And okay, now I do want to give a disclaimer on tracking. Depending where you're at on your journey, for anyone who's listening to this, depending where you're at will determine if tracking is the right thing for you to do right now. In the beginning, I couldn't track. My thoughts would get obsessive. I was very judgmental of myself. I used the tracking to beat myself up more. Every once in a while, that will come up for me with the number on the scale. And my brain just buys into that old belief that my parents had. And when that does, I take a break from tracking. Please, if it's not a good fit for you, if it's bringing up an inner critic, if you find yourself being stressed about the data, the feedback that you're getting, you are the CEO of your body. And that app you've brought on to consult you. And if that consult is not getting you to where you want to go, you fire the person, the app, whatever it is. You let them go, not fire. Let's let them go, because I'll say I want to do the things that work for me. So for example, right now I've got a chair behind me because Bill used a chair at my desk, but typically I have a ball. I switched a couple weeks ago to sitting on a ball. I cannot tell you the difference for my brain function, because I've got a little bit of movement going on. And when I move, I think that's why I talk with my hands so much. My brain works better. Another thing I do that I set up for my body is putting my feet on a cushion. When my feet are on that cushion, my brain works better. So if you're taking this advice on this app, make sure it works for you. Totally long. Okay, Vanessa. Here we go. It is called, here it is, Welltory. And it gives a lot of details. I'm trying to get back to where the picture is. Okay, so I think I can show. So it's a red heart with, oh my gosh, you guys, I got on a spam list, and every 2 to 4 minutes, I'm getting a telephone call from a telemarketer, and one team today, I guess it's this stop spam stuff, and they put it up, and she said within 24 hours they'll stop. That's made my week hard too, because I want to make sure it's not family or somebody that needs me. Okay, so going back to help, it's a red heart with a purple background. I don't know. Let me know if you can see that. Oh, yeah, Vanessa, this one gives you a lot of feedback. Oops, can you see that? It's a little bit purple background, and it almost looks like a heart with the arteries coming out of it, and they're kind of yellow. Now, I'm on an iPhone. I don't know if this is available on Android. gives a lot of feedback. It will give input on where your cortisol level is at. Another thing that I really like about it is it counts my sleep deficits. So, for example, this week, I've been working on this audio because I wouldn't ask for help. I can do it myself. I'll just work a little harder. And so I've been leaving the office at 9 and showing up at 5 o'clock in the morning to have time, do all those things. And my sleep deficit has been off too, all because of audio. Look how hard I made it on myself. One telephone call to Bill, he fixed it in 30 minutes. I should have been doing that on Monday, not on Friday, because it changed my sleep, it changed my stress levels. And so it will tell you, Vanessa, if you have a sleep deficit. And like every day, it will I have my certain notifications on, some I don't want on, some I love. And so one of the notifications that I really like, but this week found it a little triggering, but now I understand why. And so I'm going to keep it on. It tells me how much of a sleep deficit I'm in because it's tracking my HRV with my sleep. And when my HRV is not as strong as it should be, it's looking at my sleep and determining how much of a sleep deficit I'm in. And this week I've had even sometimes up to 2 hours of sleep deficit. My sleep hasn't been as good because my cortisol has been up. I really like it, but it does have a lot of feedback. And it's not that when I say it depends on where you're at on the journey, it's not above you. It's just, is it a good fit for you right now? And maybe and might not be. If it's not you. It's just not the right time. Let it go. Now, I think because I've had it for a while, I think the first one I did the monthly fee, and then I went to the yearly fee once I realized, I like this heart rate variability feedback. I think I pay $99 a year. So it's not a cheap app. After my health crashed, those things that help keep me on track are worth it to me. I'm never going back to where I was ever, ever. Okay, so let's talk here. Oh, you forgot about your magnesium up. Oh, so app. I've been glad you came up in my feed. I've been so busy working overtime, trying to save for closing on a house. Oh, okay. It is. Oh, the home buying process. That's been my experience. And we have a Bowen philosophy. We buy high, sell low. I think I've made more money on cars than I've made on selling homes that I've lived in for 18 years. So we buy high, sell low. It is incredibly invasive. Yeah. Oh, and so Lisa, please make sure that you send that email to me, and I would love to gift you a bundle for your help on the feedback. Thank you so much for that. Okay, we've spent some time together, 30 minutes for a mic check that we kind of went some different places. I'd love to know, were there any topics that really resonated with you that helped you kind of stop and think and go, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on that and determine if I need to take action. I would love to know if there's anything that, let's see, and I shared the app, Vanessa, right? Let me make sure I said it right. Welltory. So Welltory, purplish background, red heart with little yellow arteries. Is what it looks like. But I would love to know what stood out to you of what you and I talked about tonight. Was there anything helpful to you? This feedback helps me know what to talk about next week. And I'm really excited now that I've got my equipment in this new office all set up. I'm really excited that I will be doing weekly content that is recorded as a long form on YouTube. And so there will be specific topics that that are there for reference, and then we'll take little clips of them and share them all over. But that long form content will be on YouTube. I've always wanted to do that, but I've never just had the level of support and the team and the equipment and the space and the room, and just it's all coming together, and it's exciting for me. Okay, so you're so welcome, Lisa, about the reminder to soak. It was delightful being here with you today, and I will see, today's Friday. I hope you have fabulous plans for the weekend. I am headed right now to the gym. I have a gym room in the warehouse next to my office that is the gym that has my workout equipment. So I am headed to go do some Pilates and some vibration plate and some weights. I came early this morning to do them, and I call sometimes the office the vortex, and it pulls you in, and then I don't pull away from it, and I'm still in my workout clothes, but I never worked out. So I'm going to work out right now, but I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you get some great movement in. And I hope some of the things that we talked about with cortisol and your hormones, that it makes you think about, okay, what can I do to alleviate this stress? Mine would have been one simple call to Bill, and he would have shown up. He would have helped me at the beginning of the week instead of going all week long. Healthy women ask for help, and they learn to be comfortable with that. So see you later. Bye.